card, not just any card.
Incredible.
Welcome back, folks, here with another video, and today I've got something that I'm really excited about. I have got a booster box of EB03, extra booster number 3, of course from Japan, because it's not out in the United States yet. In fact, I don't think it comes out till February. There's that for you, what's in the set. As usual, it's kind of a smaller set. And as we know, the last EBO, the EB02, was just a disaster, if you ask me. It could have been really nice, but it ended up being, in my honest opinion, probably the worst set ever. And I say that because, you know, there wasn't really a whole lot of chase cards for me. And basically, you were almost guaranteed a 2-hit box in English. So it wasn't that even split of 2-hit, 3-hit. It was a case where if you didn't get an alt-art leader, and as you can see, I'm opening mail first while I jibber jab, and then we'll get onto the box. But if you didn't get an alt-art leader, your box was literally just a 2-hit box. So if you got lucky and got an alt-art leader, you not only got the leader, but I don't remember ordering this, but hey, there you go. But you also got a 3-hit box out of it, so that was your one chance. But the vast majority were 2-hit boxes, and frankly, I think we're all kind of hang our heads and a little disappointed when we get a 2-hit box. You just paid, in fact, for EBO2, because that was a highly scalped box, you probably paid over retail, you know, retail being 120. But everyone, the scalpers scooped it up, stores marked it up right out of the gate. So you probably paid 140, 150, 160 for it. And then to only get 2 hits, literally you're paying 60, 70, 80 bucks for a hit, which is garbage. Oh, this one is one I ordered not too long ago. Came all the way from Japan though, so there's some interesting cards in here. And if I'm not mistaken, they might be singles I picked up from EB03. Either that or PRB02. Just because I decided to shift my attention more towards, I guess that was a freebie, more towards singles than keep buying a bunch of booster boxes, just because it's gotten a little crazy. I can't get boosters around here for a decent price anymore. Everyone hikes the prices up. They scalp, they, you know, I don't know. It's just getting a little kind of bummed around here. Like right now, it's what, 2 weeks or a week? Actually, tomorrow will be a week after release day of OP13, and I've only opened one box because I just got lucky and got one. Everyone else is kind of not coming through or hemming and hawing. And I think most of us know why that is, because it's going to end up being a pre-errata set, because they're going to error correct in wave 2, making wave 1 kind of like the blue bottom box of OP01, which means there's a lot of there's a lot of levels on the ladder that can kind of be shady. You know, the distributor can say, oh, we didn't get the full shipment, and not ship out to the stores. The stores themselves can get it and then go, oh, well, yeah, our distributor didn't get us enough, blah, blah, blah. And they're all just trying to hang on to these because they think it's going to go way up in value. And they may be right. But, you know, the only one that has no say in the matter that gets screwed is us customers. Because at no point are we in control until the box is literally in our hands. So if you have a chain that works for you, a distributor and a local store that there's no funny business, then more power to you. And you're lucky for that, because I don't get that. And I finally got it all unpackaged, and now let's go through these cards that I ordered. I ordered a couple of the Dawn, and yeah, I believe that's from... No, it can't be from here, so these must be PRB 02 Dawn cards. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I just ordered a couple of those because they were cheap. The Yamato Dawn. I know, again, I'm not sure if these are from PRB02 or what. No, because those are the special ones that kind of just do artsy and not the faces. So, yeah, I'm going to have to look these up. I forget where these came from. Maybe this will kind of tell me. I got the OPO Legacy of the Master Bonnie with her dad there, Kuma, in Japanese, because, you know, it's so much cheaper to order in Japanese. If I just want them for my binder, I order in Japanese because you can save a lot of money. The Alt Art Otama. Another one. And this one came from, yeah, PRB02. I might have ended up pulling that, I don't know. I ended up opening 2 boxes only of PRB02 because of the same madness, the same, you know, scalpers getting a hold of it and charging way too much. So, yeah. I don't think I've ever been as at much of a low point as I am now with the hobby in general, so... that said, I'm really excited about this, and luckily, because it came from Japan, and I hate to say it, but, you know, I think we all kind of get the sense that in Japan they do things the right way, the honorable way. I don't think you have the distributors trying to screw over the stores. I don't think you have the stores trying to screw over the customers. That is sadly an American thing, and, so, you know, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if I start doing this a little more. Ordering from Japan and just using the cards to collect. Even though I just now literally started to try and play a little bit more. But, anyway, let's get into these. Sorry for the long intro, but we did get to see some cards I ordered. There's the pack art for you. Lots of stuff. And... you know, I was just able to do this, so I'll kind of try and hold these things up a little longer for you, because I freeze framed a video yesterday of someone opening this set, and I was able to translate a lot using the Gemini app. You just put it in video mode, freeze frame your screen or whatever, and you can literally just point it at the screen and tell it to read that, and it translates it like flawlessly. It's amazing. It'll give you the pronunciation in Japanese and then translate it straight to English for you. So it's really cool. I'm going to go through these pretty slow. If you didn't know, EB03 is the heroines. And it's all the women of One Piece. So a lot of these I won't be able to read. That's Miss Doublefinger. That is, her name is Ain. A-I-N, I think, if you... Sorry, my mouth started to dry out. I had to get a drink there. A-I-N. Ain. I don't really know where she's from, though. Oh, Film Neo. There, it says right there. So, maybe I didn't watch Film Neo. That's a cool little scene. Makino with little Luffy in the background there. Karin? Karen, maybe? Hina? Alright, nothing spicy in the first pack. I swear to God, this is a pretty quiet complex that I'm in, but it just obviously never fails. As soon as I start a video, someone walks around right outside my complex and starts jibber-jabbering. I don't know if you heard that. I got a Nami event. But yeah, like I think I was saying, this whole set is just the women of One Piece. I don't think there are literally any of the male characters in all of this set. Where I guess technically with one exception, Trafalgar Law's in here in his gender bend as a female Trafalgar. Baby 5. She's got a cool backstory, but they really... I need to go back and rewatch it because it was over so fast. That was one of the characters that just came and left so quickly. Oh, I love this scene. I've been literally griping from day one that they haven't put this in a card, and now it's an event card. This is when she's basically scolding people, and in English, the little guys next to her usually say something like she's looking down on them so hard she's looking up, but it's hilarious. That's why her head is completely tilted back, because she's quote unquote looking down on them. But there's our first, just rare, I think. Is that the first? There should be a rare in every pack, right? I should be splitting these up. Oh yeah, there it is. I kind of missed one. I don't know, maybe it's stuck. Hang on one sec. Yeah, I don't think I showed you that. That is a SR Nami. Did I skip right over that? And what was our other rare card? Oh, the Hino was a rare. Okay. I should be able to see, in just one small box, should be able to see all the commons and uncommons. You know, maybe one or two will slip by, but should be able to see the vast majority of them. Who is that? Oh, Charlotte Smoothie. I've literally never seen someone with such a big thigh and a big butt in One Piece. That's it. That's the record right there, I think. And well, in a good way, unless you want to consider Big Mom or something like that. Kami. I think they pronounce it Kami in English on the program. Okay, there we go. Another Nami is a rare. We'll start to separate those out. You still get 24 packs. I know at this point I'm reiterating myself a lot. You still get 24 packs, but you only get 6 cards, so you get half the cards you do in English. But you pay less than half the price, so if you're just trying to get the cards for the artwork and collecting, then this is a good way to do it. Oh, sweet. Another cool SR. Nice. Whoa, that was smooth. If I start to see that I'm getting a whole bunch of dupes, I will start to speed up a little bit. Now, I've seen some videos, or at least, to be perfectly honest, I didn't see them. I read the headline, so I guess there's a lot of people down on this set as far as it not being a really good set for a lot of playable cards. But, you know, I'm 90% collector, 10% player, if that, so I don't worry too bad about it as much. That's a cool Yamato card. And there should be at least one hit. There's never a box in Japanese where you don't get at least one. And sometimes there are two. I don't know how they do the EBs technically, but I'm hoping, obviously, for 2 hits, but should get definitely one. Pretty plain Robin card, huh? Even the background's very plain, but sometimes that's nice. Alright. Another carrot. I guess the bad thing about opening Japanese for videos is it's a higher ratio of literally opening a pack to filing through cards, because takes the same amount of time to open the pack, but you get to see half the cards each time. You only get to see 6 cards. But as far as this set goes, I'm excited just to see it anyway. That's one of the Amazon Lily girls. I forget what her actual name is. Well, like I said, you can do the translation thing on Google. That's a toe, I think. Toe, whatever her name is, ends in toe. I really need to brush up. I used to be able to read this version of Japanese, not the giant characters like that, but they always put the little characters on top anyway, so you can read it even if you don't know kanji. But I have forgotten it. Sometimes I just see little things that jog my memory, but oh, there's a heart at the end of this one. That's funny. Oh, is that our hit? Reiju. Vinsmoke Reiju. It's a very messy card, if you ask me. No offense to the artist, but I think that one's a little too I don't know, too much going on. And when the background colors are similar to the foreground colors, it, to me, in my bad eyes, it makes it much harder to see what's really going on in the card. Oh, ulti. If I could find any place locally, I know there's a place maybe an hour from me that sells Japanese boosters, or at least the cards. Then maybe I'll start buying some more of these. And yeah, like I said, I'm really just disappointed with the whole system in my area, with the distributors playing games and the stores themselves playing games. I just want to be able to, you know, buy a modest amount of product in a timely manner, pay retail, not pay through the nose, you know. It just doesn't seem like too much to ask, but for this area, it's too much to ask. Okay. A little more than halfway through, I think. Bonnie eating pizza as usual. So that Reiju will definitely go in my collection. Beyond that, not so sure if anything else makes it. It's a cool card for just a rare. See, I like that. Look at the background. It's kind of subdued. It's not nothing like that Robin was, but there's less going on, so the character actually sticks out. I mean, I know they want to make the alt arts fancy, but man, it's hard to know where she ends and the background starts on that card. Or Rebecca. Oh, we got the Dawn, and this should be, I think they did Nami, Robin, and Uta, maybe? Yeah. Cool. Very cool. Let's see, what's the best way to show that? Because I don't know if you can tell, but that is gold. So I don't even look into it to see if that's how rare the special, if there's special Dawn, but that is a gold Dawn. So boom. Can't argue with that. that won't go into my collection. That'll go into one of my decks. Spice up one of my decks. Man, I always forget what her name is. Oh, geez. Those characters. I think that's not. Can't read it. That's the frustrating thing about forgetting these characters, is they are all familiar to me to the point where I'm like, yeah, I used to know what that says, which makes it all the more frustrating. I need to just buckle down and go back and relearn that. Cool. Definitely hitting pretty much all dupes now, so I am gonna speed up for your sake. Cool. SR. Might be the, I don't know how many SRs you get per Japanese box, but there should be a couple, I think, instead of like 7 usually, which is what you usually get in an English box. There's probably like 3. Maybe I missed one already, I don't know. Let's double check real quick here. Rare. SR, I did miss one. Boom. Oh, I missed 2. Sorry about that. That's cool artwork there, actually. Body. That one I can actually read. I would have never known, because isn't she usually holding a, well, maybe that is a giant rifle in the back there, covered mostly by her arm. But yeah, that's Hibari. Let's see. Sorry, the boa's gotta go, because these are all the cards from the set so far. I got 3 packs left. Making a mess because my garbage is overflowing. Okay. My guess is that instead of 7 SRs, they just drop you down to 3. So that's probably everything out of this box. But I don't think I've ever said this on the channel, but after Luffy, I think Robin is my second favorite character. So to get her Gold Dawn out of this is like, yeah, that's perfect. Couldn't be happier with that. And Otama to end it all. Cute. With her apple. Well, that was that. That was, I can't complain. That was a good box. Getting the Reiju alt art, which that's a guaranteed. You're going to get at least 1 alt art. But to get that Gold Dawn pushes me over the top. That was a nice little hit there. And I am still chasing down. I'm supposed to be splitting a box of, or a case, excuse me, of OP13 with a friend. So I have 6 boxes of OP13 hopefully on the way. But man, of course, as you know, it was supposed to be out last Friday. So tomorrow's a week late. So I don't know what's going on. Halfway starting to think that one of those things I mentioned somewhere along the ladder, someone decided, hey, these things are going to be way more valuable pretty soon because they're the error boxes, because of that error ace, and it's clogging up the chain, so I don't have the product, unfortunately. It's a rare store that just, you know, does its thing and doesn't try and play the angles. And I shouldn't say store because I don't know if it's a store or a distributor or whatever, but man, there's just too many greedy hands along the way, let's put it that way. And so I have not been able to get even a second box. This is by far the hardest I've ever had to work to just try and get any modest amount of product. But anyway, eventually I hope it happens, and then I will open it for you here on the channel, and see you later. See you in the next one. Bye.